You know, as much as we all may love a good wedding, more and more women these days are saying, I don't need one. They're either getting married later in life or deciding they're not getting married at all. In fact, according to one poll, nearly half of Americans under the age of 40 think marriage is becoming obsolete.
With this changing landscape for women, romance, and family, it's a perfect moment to play He Said, She Said. And joining us, our sexologist, Dr. Logan Levkoff, author of How to Get Your Wife to Have Sex with You, very good read, and relationship expert Matt Titus, author of Why Hasn't He Called, also a very good read. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
So what is the deal? So is marriage just like not the thing to do anymore? Or what?
Marriage is an artificial institution. I mean, it's basically a morality cage for men. Think about it. Men are supposed to run around the...
It can be so great for women, too.
I'm making a good point here.
Okay,
Men are
I'm
supposed
trying
to
to listen.
run around the forest and propagate the species and do it multiple times in a day. You think that we're supposed to be with one person for the rest of our lives? It's unnatural, and if it was the case, we probably would not be sitting here right now. It's based on a morality cage.
There's no question that marriage is a social construct that I think does not apply to everyone these days. And now that women are taking over the world, we don't need you as much.
Thank you. This is a bad place to be.
In all honesty, that is part of it. Women are saying...
Really?
Really, Matt?
I think it's a very big part of it.
You in particular, Matt.
There was a time when women needed a husband, and there are still many places in the world where they do, because otherwise they can't work, they can't support their families, they can't take care of their children. They needed that financial aspect, that financial security. Well, now women take care of themselves, sometimes even after they're married.
There's no question. And also, I mean, women were getting married at young ages also because it legitimized their sexual desires and their sex lives, because we couldn't talk about women being sexual out of wedlock. So we don't need that anymore. We have the freedom. I mean, marriage can be a wonderful thing, but we see so many celebrities jumping in and out of bed, and in relationships, we have this grass is always greener. We don't even know what's worth fighting for
Do you really
anymore.
think that the genders are supposed to be together and cohabitate? I mean, men and women are so different. Once the passion's gone and the sex dies and the kids have been raised to a certain point, what's left?
What about the yin and the
Seriously.
yang? What about companionship? What about having someone truly to grow old with?
Deeper intimacy.
Who loves you? Thank you.
You know what? Just because we all get ugly doesn't mean we have to hang on to the person we're with. Seriously, you want to grow older with somebody?
I would love to see you try to get a date when you're 85.
I can't get a date now, Erica.
You're married.
Oh, yeah, I'm married.
You
I'm
shouldn't
sorry.
be dating right now.
The morality cage.
Sorry.
Can't you see him chained in?
Let me ask you this. Is that a thing of the past, though, the whole, kind of like you said, till death do us part? Do people, I don't know, value maybe a little bit more private time? Do a lot of couples now, I mean, literally say to themselves, I don't feel like getting married. The whole growing old with someone is not what it's not, I know it was great for my parents. It's not what I want. Maybe I would just like my own place and work on my own schedule.
We can meet on Wednesdays
Well,
and Saturdays.
they're not bad. Those things are not necessarily bad. I don't think that we're straying away from marriage totally. But I think that people are afraid because our divorce rates are so high. They're afraid of getting into this committed relationship and having to legally get out of one also. It makes things a little bit scary.
Does that scare, I'm sorry to interrupt, but does that scare people as well? Because the one thing we talk about, divorce rates are down because people can't afford to get divorced.
Yeah.
Some people say, I can't afford to get married for fear that I may have to.
Those statistics are off. A lot of people, there's a lot higher divorce rate, a lot higher rate of people separating. It's not reported because people can't afford to go through the process.
Well, no, but a separation is not a divorce. So, I mean, so if you want to get
the end is the end. You're not together, though.
Yes, that's true. But I mean,
separate.
if we're talking about those rates, that's why it is that way, because there
most likely
certain facts and legal definitions.
Thanks, Erica. Keep going.
And children also, I mean, look, I'm having 2 kids. It definitely takes a village, and a partner would be nice to raise a family. But with reproductive technology, women can do a lot of things on their own, and we are players in the game of life, not just child rearers anymore.
When a man can leave what he needs to leave in a cup, and a woman can take that and have a child, you know what? Men are expendable at this point. That's what I believe.
But we do like having you around some of the time.
We are funny at times.
Chris, please.
You are?
Save us.
Thrill?
Save the species.
You are funny, absolutely, and loving, and just a kind, wonderful human being.
There are some good ones out there, ladies. Just gotta know where to look. Sorry. This is going on a horrible tangent.
Always good to
Matt
see
Titus,
you.
thank you. Logan,
Thank
thank you very much.
No problem.